The apocalypse of light. I thought awakening would arrive like thunder, a dramatic moment, a sudden miracle, a door opening to a new life, but it didn't. It came disguised as exhaustion. It arrived when my body was tired, when my heart was carrying responsibilities, when my mind was searching for answers it could not find. I was not climbing a mountain, I was simply trying to survive another day, and perhaps that is where the light was waiting, not at the finish line, but in the middle of the journey. For years, I thought growth meant becoming more successful, more knowledgeable, more accomplished, more admired. Yet, life kept teaching me a different lesson. The deepest transformation was not becoming more, it was becoming true to my soul, true to my Creator, true to the quiet voice within that never stopped calling me home. I began to notice things, the morning breeze that felt different, the silence between prayers, the tears that appeared without sadness, the strange peace that arrived without explanation, the way my heart softened, the way my eyes started seeing beauty when I once saw ordinary things, a tree, a cloud, a bird in flight, the laughter of my children, a simple meal, a moment of stillness. Nothing had changed, yet everything had changed because I had changed. I realized that many of us spend our lives waiting for life to begin, waiting for more money, waiting for better health, waiting for recognition, waiting for someone to love us, waiting for the perfect moment. And while we are waiting, life is already happening, miracles are already happening, love is already happening, Allah is already speaking. Not through thunder, but through every breath we are still given. What if the life you are searching for is the life you are already living? What if abundance is not something you earn? It is something you finally notice. Perhaps that is why some soul remains restless, not because they have too little, but because they cannot yet see how much they already have. I know this because I was once searching everywhere for answer, for meaning, for certainty, until one day I became quiet enough to listen and I heard something beautiful. Life was never against me, it was preparing me. Every disappointment, every heartbreak, every delay, every lonely road, every unanswered prayer, every closed door, each one was gently guided me back to myself, back to my faith, back to gratitude, back to the light that had never left. Today, I am still learning, still growing, still making mistakes, still walking. But something is different now. I no longer chase the light, I carry it. Not because I created it, but because I finally stopped running from it. And if you are listening to this verse, perhaps this is your reminder too. You do not need to become someone else. You do not need to wait for permission. You do not need to have everything figured out. Take a breath, look around, look within. The miracle you have been searching for may already be unfolding, quietly, patiently, beautifully inside you. And perhaps what feels like the end of who you were is actually the beginning of who you were always meant to become. And apocalypse is not always destructions. Sometimes it is revelations, the revelations of light, the revelation of truth, the revelation of the soul. And once you have seen that light, and once you have seen that light, you can never become blind again.
Whisper by Noori.
Perhaps that is why the soul feels lighter now, not because life became easier, not because every question was answered, not because every storm had passed, but because the struggle to become someone else had finally ended. The soul remembers, the heart softens, the eyes begins to see, and suddenly ordinary moments become sacred. A prayer, a sunrise, a smile, a breath, a quiet conversation with Allah. The light was never missing. It was always behind every distraction, waiting behind every fear, waiting behind every version of ourselves that was never truly leaves us. This is the apocalypse of light, the unveiling, the revelations, the returns. And once the soul remembers its source, even the darkest night begins to glow. Whisper by Noori.